All right, hand on heart. I'd say, Raj, magically appear a bagel right now. It's going to be the last bagel you'll ever eat. Yes. What's in it?
Cyanide.
In the world of conspiracies, the supernatural, and the downright spooky, there are only two men who you can trust. Denis Lynn and Roger O'Sullivan. Or as they prefer to be called, the Unexplained Legends. In 1967, two men travelled to Bluff Creek, California, in search of Bigfoot, and remarkably captured the creature on camera. A hoax, surely? Or was it? This week on Unexplained Legends, the Patterson Gimlin footage.
She accused me of not reading the book before she even read my report that proved I didn't read the book.
Okay. Why did she accuse you of that?
Because she hated me.
Had you done this before?
Yeah, but that's you shouldn't just put that on a child. I didn't know any better. Welcome, listeners, to this week's episode of Unexplained Legends. I'm Roger Sullivan, and with me, as always, is
Denis, classic wallpaper Lynn.
And together we are the Unexplained Legends. Denis?
Are you still saying that twice? I can never remember.
Yeah.
You get it in every time.
Sometimes I say it 3 times, Unexplained Legends.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Do you do the reverb on it twice, and then what do you do on the third one?
On the third one, I kind of... what I do is I feel it out.
All right. Unexplained Legends. There's the third one for you.
No, there'll be none.
Unexplained Legends. That's 4 times you have to edit that now.
No, that...
Unexplained Legends.
No,
5 times you have to edit
you should calm that down now.
Unexplained Legends.
There won't
and
be,
an extended 6th.
There won't be... there won't be... You missed me saying other ones. So that's 7 that you got up to.
Oh, there you go.
But we won't... Listen...
7 Unexplained Legends. Oh, 8. That's terrible. So how's life treating you right now? How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling a bit better after COVID.
Yeah, you're feeling better? What percentage are you up to?
Honestly, I would say only 70.
70. We did get some angry emails in to me at unexplainedlegends@gmail.com complaining that I was forcing you to work over the podcast and that you were actually, we were saying you're at a 55%, they were saying you're at 35. They said you were nearly dead. I won't mention who it was. Good friend of yours, though. Good friend of yours who emailed me directly. But they said you're at a 35% level. Not in terms of performance, just core health.
Okay.
Yeah, but you're back up to what now?
75 was my estimation.
Okay, 3/4. So I don't want to hear any more of this labour law stuff. Don't want it coming in. Tribunal this, tribunal that. He's fine. He did it of his own accord. Was merely seconds. I mean, it was a laugh. I handcuffed you to the radiator for a laugh.
Yeah, and if anything, it kept me warm.
Yeah, it did.
Have we been getting any spooky stories in the emails?
We've been getting a couple of spooky stories.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Okay.
We got. I'm showing him the digit. We got 100 spooky stories.
We could do it a few more, though.
Yeah, we could do it a few more.
Based on the digit.
If you want to get some spooky stories into us and add to that 1 digit, please email us at unexplainedlegends@gmail.com. We're going to do a special episode. Is it going to be Patreon only?
I think for the first one, it would be good to just show the general public
what they're
missing out on.
Okay, so just mention the Patreon there by accident. Sorry for mentioning.
Oh God,
so
did you?
So sorry. Thanks to everyone who's supporting us. It's amazing, and anyone else who wants to dip in there, who might be listening every week. If you want to support us, we would appreciate it, and we can pay for Christmas gifts, assuming that this episode comes out before Christmas. So Raj, what are we doing this week?
This week, Denis.
Small one.
Oh,
insignificant.
Listen,
away from your heart.
In many ways, we're doing one of the biggest ones.
Oh my Lord!
We are doing big, not just in name.
Hand? Are we doing big hand?
No. We're doing something people have been screaming out for since we started the podcast. We're doing Bigfoot.
Oh my Lord! I'm going to say it right now. I knew we were doing Bigfoot. It was the way you were acting all this week. Well, you kept saying, "Oh, follow me with this camera," and then you'd like go in and out wearing a big suit. I saw it.
That wasn't a suit.
Oh well, okay, yeah, we'll get to that. Whether it was or not.
So we're specifically going to be doing the classic Bigfoot footage.
The classic Bigfoot is. I guess there's a couple of different. Is there? This is an endless amount of questions. This episode. Is there a couple of different Bigfoots? Like, as in, is there different schools of Bigfoot?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, different branches. But we're just going to focus on the video. I'm sure nearly everyone has that picture in their head.
Yeah.
Of the little stooped over Bigfoot thing going past. Is it in black and white?
No, it's in color.
Okay.
But this is you just reminded me of a time in school where a teacher was saying to the class, they were talking about a big change in the world in the 60s. And they said, something that happened is people got these portable camcorders and it allowed people to take this footage just on the street, just wherever they were. And of course, it resulted in one of the most earth-shattering pieces of footage to ever be recorded. And they said, does anyone know what that was? And I put up my hand and they go, yes, what was it? And I said, it was the Bigfoot footage. And they said, I was talking about JFK. Yes. But I guess that's big too.
Yeah. But it was pretty big when JFK got assassinated, I say. But Bigfoot pips it every time.
For me.
Who wants to see a man get shot next to his wife? I don't.
No.
I'd rather see a man in a suit in a forest. Or Bigfoot in a forest.
Dennis. Right. But before you continue with all that stuff.
What's up?
We won't be having any of that talk.
Okay.
In this episode.
I want to say to you, right, because I say you're going to ask me what I know about Bigfoot. You'd be surprised to know, right? I might have started off a little bit cynically. Yeah. Love Bigfoot. Love everything about it. Very open to it actually being real.
Really?
Yeah, because as you know, and I've mentioned on the podcast before, big Yeti man.
Yeah.
I'm a big snow Yeti man, and I'm fairly sure, though I'm sure you'll tell me it's not, but I'm fairly sure Bigfoot is just the snow Yeti of the forest.
So I wanted to do Yeti. I wanted to do the Yeti.
You're in charge. You can do it.
I wanted to do the Yeti for Christmas.
Yeah.
All right, makes sense.
Yeah,
we all know that association. But here's the problem. Couldn't get... I felt like we couldn't get the Yeti out of the way without doing Bigfoot first.
Oh, yeah. So this is like Yeti 101 kind of job, is it? Like this is the first level of Yeti, and then we go on to the snow boys.
Yeah.
Wait, actually, is Bigfoot a Yeti?
No.
Oh, you say he's not a Yeti?
No, but they're associated.
Yeah, they know they're cousins or something.
Yeah.
Down the line. Like if there was a family reunion, they'd be both at it.
Yeah, I'd say they would, yeah.
Yeah. School reunion, would that be better?
No, I think they're the same family, depending on what you're going with. But listen, before we're just getting too confused. We're too excited. Mm-hmm. We'll crack on with the lamestream narrative. On Friday, October 20th, 1967, Roger Patterson and Robert Gimlin made their way down to the Bluff Creek area of Northern California. Drawn there on the back of a story about Bigfoot prints being spotted recently in the area. However, as their luck would have it, a particularly bad period of rainfall, which had occurred only days prior to their arrival, had supposedly washed away the prints.
Ah, that's terrible luck, isn't it?
Yeah.
After they've making that big plan to go up there and all.
I know.
And all the footprints are gone.
It's the worst thing that could have happened.
How did they know that the footprints were gone?
They just, listen, they got down there and they said, where are the footprints? And the lad said to them, listen, washed away. That's
scandalous. That's like going down your holidays down to Kerry or something. You've got a caravan space and you get down there. Sorry, we're full.
It's gone, yeah. There's nothing they could have done.
Terrible bad luck.
They're probably thinking at this point, wasted weekend.
If I was Bigfoot, I'd be going fucking, I'd be buckets of water out getting rid of the footprints at this stage.
Oh, as he's going along,
yeah.
Is it? That's fair enough, I guess.
Pissing behind me on my footprints to get rid of them.
Maybe that's how they've been eluding capture for so long. Yeah, they pissing on their own footprints. They determined to salvage the trip from being a total loss. The pair decided to travel deeper into the Bluff Creek forest on horseback in search of some other signs of Bigfoot or big feet in the area.
They're surely not called big feet.
No, they're Bigfoots, but I was trying to catch you
yeah.
out. Yeah, Bigfoots. Sometime between 1:15 and 1:40 p.m., they came across an overturned tree with a large root system.
Wait, sorry, what were the times?
1:15.
Yeah.
To 1:20.
1:15 to 1:20. That's a incredibly specific time frame.
Yeah.
So they must really remember this.
So they do. They really remember it.
Something happened.
Listen, I'm not going to say. Listen, you put a pin in that.
But sure, Bigfoot's not there. He said they can't find him.
No, you're right, Denis. Listen, there's no footprints gone. Footprints gone. They thought this will just on the off chance.
Just have a look anyway.
On the off chance, we've come. They said he's not in stock, but we'll check the shop anyway. So between 1:15 and 20 to 2, they came across an overturned tree with a large root system, which required them to maneuver around it. What they would see on the other side of that overturned tree would change the world forever. There, crouching behind the tree, beside the creek, was the creature itself, Bigfoot. They both spotted the figure simultaneously, with Gimlin later saying he entered a mild state of shock the moment he came face to face with the creature. Luckily, Patterson readied the camera as quickly as he could and captured the faithful frames of footage we all know as the Patterson Gimlin footage.
So these boys came around the tree and they saw the Bigfoot crouching.
Yeah.
And in the clip, he's probably, 10, 15 feet away from them? He's quite far away from them in that clip, isn't he?
I'd say he might be 20 to 30 feet away.
Okay, 20, 30 feet away. But they came around the tree and saw him crouching. So did Bigfoot go like, whoa? And he didn't run off, like...
No, he did.
Oh, does he run in the clip?
So they came around the tree. They saw the Bigfoot crouched down by the creek, scooping up some water maybe.
Okay.
Having a drink or something. And the Bigfoot looked at them and started making a break for the tree line.
All right, okay. He could have thought it was his boss or something. Probably got an awful fright. So he ran off then into the woods, and that's the clip, the famous clip.
Yeah.
So he's actually running in that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like he's doing a power walk more than a run.
Yeah, he's not terrified.
Yeah.
But he knows he needs to get out of sight.
So so then we're saying that Bigfoot is aware of humans.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he fears them. Well, because look, we're two rabbits, right, and we're walking along, and then we go around. There's a tiger having a drink of water. Yeah. Tiger isn't going to go, oh shit, it's two rabbits, and run off. You know what I mean?
I agree. I get that,
but I assume he's not like he's not making like a peaceful decision. He's not like that high concept Bigfoot.
Maybe though he does just like, or maybe the Bigfoot does just like being alone.
All right, so he just doesn't want to talk to them. Is that he just doesn't want any visitors? Is that what you're saying?
Possibly, yeah.
So you're also saying that he has at points experienced talking to humans.
Yeah, he's like, oh, I know they'll talk the ear off me.
Oh, these two, not these two.
Yeah.
So he probably sees the get up on him anyway. He knows exactly who they're looking for.
Yeah,
he's like,
does.
I'm not doing any autographs. Like.
One of them has a gun, the other one has a camera.
And a t-shirt, I love Bigfoot.
I'm getting out of here.
All right, so they spot Bigfoot and he runs off. That's an incredible coincidence though, isn't it? It's amazing for the two of them, like, that all the prints were washed away. And on the day that they go up there, Bigfoot, for some reason, has completely dropped the ball. He's dropped the ball there, like.
Yeah.
In the middle of the day. It's lunchtime. Bigfoot's out there at lunchtime.
Yeah.
Like I said, if I was Bigfoot, the last time I'd be going down to the river is lunchtime.
It's just the middle of the day.
That'd be a busy period.
Yeah.
To be hanging out down the river.
Well, I get what you're saying there, but at the other side of it is, he's thinking, well, the footprints are washed away, so I'm golden.
He's safe. Yeah, so he's asking to be found, really, by this. He's not taking any precautions here,
Yeah, but at the same time, we all slip up sometimes.
I guess so you're just saying that this is an amazing amount of luck by these two people who are trying to find Bigfoot that they come across on the day that Bigfoot's just feeling a bit.
Yeah,
he's just like, I shouldn't go down to the water and have a drink. It's too busy, but I'm going to head down there anyway. And lo and behold,
well, think about it this way. Think about all the people that went down there and looked for him and never found him, and we don't hear about them.
No, we don't, because they're the people who never saw Bigfoot. Be a real boring episode.
Be a boring story, yeah. So,
I mean, to be honest, I'm actually in the same league as them, and so are you.
Yeah, but we never went looking.
No, but we've never seen him.
No, but so I think disregard. Yeah, it's extraordinary, right? I get that. I get where you're coming from, but at the same time, of course, it's going to be extraordinary. They saw Bigfoot.
No, it is. So the two boys, anyway, come around. They see Bigfoot. Bigfoot kind of half leisurely runs into the forest. A jog. Bigfoot's out for a jog, and he goes into the woods.
Yes.
And what do the two boys do?
Well, once Patterson readies his camera straight away, gets the footage. Right, and Gimlin was in shock, as I said. But once Gimlin regained his composure, he dismounted and attempted to chase after the creature with his rifle.
There's no way. Would you chase after Bigfoot? Even with a rifle?
With a rifle? Maybe.
Imagine the bravery you'd have at the start when you run after him, and then Bigfoot stops. But he doesn't turn around, he just stops.
Just stops in dead in his tracks.
Stops as in, you just try it.
I'd be going for a headshot.
So were they trying to kill Bigfoot?
Patterson wasn't. Gimlin thought. Gimlin is like a kind of a cowboy type lad. Mm-hmm. He was doing a little bit of trophy hunting, but not telling the other guys. Yeah, Gimlin is. I'll tell you how they met later. But Gimlin is. He's worked on farms. He's worked as a hunter and a survivalist and trail type person. So he just saw it as big game, really.
Yeah.
He was kind of out there.
So he's going to eat him.
No, he wasn't going to eat him, but he wouldn't.
There is no way that he would not shoot Bigfoot and eat some of them. If I put my head, if I was that guy, I would shoot Bigfoot and probably eat a bit of him.
He'd mount him, I'm sure.
He'd mount him,
on the wall.
Oh, not sexually.
Yeah, not sexually, okay. Right? But I think to Gimlin, I think his reaction was just it wouldn't be outside the realms of possibility if he shot Bigfoot. So
he's lining up a shot now for Bigfoot as he's leisurely running off into the forest.
Yeah, well, he's actually chasing after him. But Patterson called him back, claiming he felt too exposed without Gimlin there for protection.
Better Bigfoot's just doing a big wide circle.
Yeah.
Bringing him around.
Bigfoot's going to come back.
The man's going to get the fright of his life.
He comes back and he's circling around and he's going to absolutely demolish Patterson.
And then he starts running so fast that he's actually chasing the guy that's after him.
Yeah, he comes back and he says, "You better fucking give me that footage or you're in big fucking trouble, mate." Right.
And it's just all pictures of Bigfoot's ass. But your man is like, no, I was just zoomed in. I was frightened.
I didn't have any. Listen, it looks bad, but it was a mistake.
It's the stupid camera.
Yeah. Besides feeling unsafe without Patterson there, without Gimlin there, Patterson also figured they had all the evidence they needed now. Okay. So we don't need to chase after Bigfoot. We have the footage. So let's. What's the saying? Let's fucking quit while we're ahead.
Yeah.
We have the footage. So the footage was an almost overnight success, with news outlets across the world picking up the video. Some ridiculing it as a hoax, but many more taking it as definitive proof of Bigfoot's existence. And
so Bigfoot lives in California then? That's where he's from?
One of the areas.
He's from... Okay, and where does it extend out to? California's huge.
So this is Northern California. Mm. But I think Bigfoot is a lot of the West Coast.
And is that the only places that he has been sighted?
No.
No? He's been sighted in other parts of America. Just wondering, because my big question is Bigfoot, is he on his own? Is there a couple of Bigfoots?
Oh, is it one by itself?
Yeah, that just has a long way to travel and kind of, is nomadic or migrates around the place. Or are there a couple of different Bigfoots, but we just keep mistaking them?
No, I think there's a few different ones. Mm. Some people think that there's loads of them.
Yeah, but do they look like, flamingos, or is it desert Bigfoot and water Bigfoot, As in, sorry, I don't know. Flamingos made a lot of sense to me when I said it. But we have flamingos, they all look the same.
Oh!
They all look the exact same. But I'm just saying, is it like Batman figurines where, in Central America or something, there's, desert Bigfoot. Down in Florida, there's just, bath salt Bigfoot.
I think, yeah, they are different takes across America.
And so then, question for you, is there a snow Bigfoot that isn't a Yeti?
That's a good question. My gut reaction, no.
And my final question on this section, snow Yeti versus Bigfoot, who wins in a fight?
Oh, do you know what? Something in my head is saying a Yeti.
I think snow Yetis are ferocious. Also, like, Bigfoot basically ran off into the forest with the same gait as someone who, like, kind of needs to shit, but is really far away from the bathroom. He doesn't seem like a guy who would go toe-to-toe with a snow Yeti. You
might be onto something there. Maybe Bigfoot wasn't afraid of them.
Yeah.
Bigfoot just needed to go to the toilet.
But you see, these are the practical things that I love about these conspiracies that people always seem to navigate away from, because I guess it doesn't give them as much credibility. But that could actually be realistic. And to his shame, Bigfoot might, let's say he's wearing a trench coat or whatever and he's walking in town and, like that thing of all the TVs on the window, and he looks in and he goes, oh, for God's sake, I was just after some coffee.
Well, that's what Bigfoot... Why do you think Bigfoot was crouching? And they go, oh shit, and they rush off because they're like, I've no problem with humans, but I don't want one to film me shitting.
Yeah,
right. Which is totally reasonable. Right, I'm going to talk you through the footage now. The Patterson Gimlin footage captures a large, hairy, bipedal, ape-like creature with short, silvery brown or near black hair covering most of its body, including, this is why I was a bit dubious on the gender earlier, including what many consider prominent breasts.
Okay, what many consider.
Yeah.
So he has breasts.
No, he is a she.
Well, yeah, this is what I was just about to say.
Oh, sorry.
So he might be. I can't think of anything clever to say for. I was going to say she-foot or something. Yeah. But yeah, so we might have mistaken it the whole time.
Well, I think it's a popular misconception that it's male.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a bit of sexism creeping in.
Yeah, but when they did the news broadcast and stuff, were they kind of alluding that it was a male Bigfoot? I've always assumed that it was male Bigfoot from the stories and stuff.
The nickname for that particular Bigfoot is Patty.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
Yeah.
So then most of the people who encountered it and were interested in it then believed it was female.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they called it Patty after Patterson Gimlin footage, but prominent breasts. Some people have speculated maybe is there any chance that she had cubs nearby?
Oh, she was going to protect them.
Yeah.
But to be honest, if she had cubs nearby, she would have just absolutely mauled the two boys and like buried them in a tree.
Yeah, possibly.
To protect them, I assume. Especially if she was getting chased with a gun.
Okay, I can see where you're coming from there with that. So the two witnesses estimated that the creature was between 6 to 7 feet tall, and they noted that the creature had an incredibly strange gait as it retreated into the dense brush.
That's what I brought
from
up.
them. Yeah,
that's what I brought up. So it does have a weird run on it.
Yeah, they said as well that it looked back at them a total of 3 times as it was running away. So despite the media interest in the footage, Patterson was deeply disappointed that so few scientific outlets were willing to accept the footage as compelling evidence of the potential of large ape-like creatures existing in the Americas.
If a gorilla was running away from you, would it look back to see if you're still there? Do you know what I mean? Like, if a silverback gorilla was running off, would he run back and go like, "Oh God, they're still there," or would they keep running?
I think they'd keep running, but they're quite skittish.
Yeah, well, Bigfoot looked fairly skittish. Bigfoot actually runs like he thinks you haven't noticed him.
Bigfoot does the run that you do when you're trying to cross the road at a pedestrian crossing.
Yeah, and you're nearly running out of time.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I just think it's interesting. I wonder whether or not... I guess I'm wondering what Bigfoot's up to. Was there any things around that area that were suggesting that, not to be crude, but this was like a Bigfoot bathroom. This is where Bigfoot came to drink, hunt. So
Patterson continued to court the media around the sighting. Mm-hmm. However, Gimlin was reluctant to participate in any publicity.
So Gimlin was the photographer guy, and the
No, other way around.
Oh, sorry. Gimlin was the trophy hunter fella.
Yeah, like the woodsman type.
Oh, that's interesting. I would have actually expected him to, if he was interested in all these trophies and stuff, that he'd be the guy who wanted to do the touring.
No, he was very reluctant, right? Ultimately, this drove a wedge between the two friends, particularly after a misstep by Patterson, where he hired an individual to pretend to be Gimlin for press events.
Yeah, that's a big misstep.
Yeah, and the two friends split soon after that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know in this partnership here who would be more likely to do it, but I think it would definitely be you to hire me
think so?
To an event.
I think the ultimate version of that is we've both hired duplicates. And we're turning up and we're furious, and we just send the two of them on.
And we couldn't. And the reason we're doing it is not because we even have anything on. It's just we couldn't have been arsed on the day.
Yeah.
It's like a signing of a book in Waterstones or something.
It's just some small little admin-y thing. It's not a particularly fun event or anything.
Even though we're brought like really accurate versions of ourselves by the agency, we also commit to the hilarious joke of making the other person feel as bad as possible about the stand-in that's in there.
Oh, the stand-in looks shit.
Melted. Like melted. And they're just not great to be around either.
So I think it's fair to say that is a bit of a misstep in a friendship, though, is hiring.
Yeah, I'd say so. I'd be pretty annoyed.
Yeah,
I'd be
yeah.
pretty annoyed, yeah. I mean, if I come in here some Saturday and I just come in and like Denis is sitting down here talking away to you.
Denis with two N's.
Yeah, but he's got sunglasses on and a tattoo.
Yeah, he's slightly cooler than
he's cool, Denis.
Okay, listen, I'll make
and
note
you
of that.
introduced him as Cool Denis.
Yeah, oh, Denis, hi, meet Cool Denis. Sorry, what? Yeah, Cool Denis. Yeah, it's my new friend, also called Denis. So we couldn't have both. It would be confusing. So I thought I'd call you Denis and call him Cool Denis.
Do I have a new name? No.
You. In fact, actually, you're lucky that you kept just plain Denis, because we were brainstorming a few other versions and they're not very flattering. Not very flattering. So the two of them, though, they only reconciled when Patterson was on his deathbed. Mm-hmm. They managed to patch things up. Then. So in the years following the faithful footage, Patterson and Gimlin, along with their story, came under intense scrutiny. Many questioned the fact that the two had met while Patterson was attempting to make a fictional film about two lads that go down and find Bigfoot.
When was he doing this?
He'd been doing that in the year leading up to...
The year leading up that he saw Bigfoot, he was making a movie about Bigfoot. Had the movie been released?
No.
Was it going to be released soon after the sighting?
No, it was never. He never finished it.
Never finished it?
No, never finished it. It's like one of those things where, like, fact is stranger than fiction.
Yeah.
Because he just ended up seeing Bigfoot.
It's like when James Cameron was making Titanic and then it sunk. So did in this movie, or do we get more details on the movie? Well, because I just want to ask one question. Was there a Bigfoot... Like, who played Bigfoot in the movie, and were they free around the same day that they spotted Bigfoot? And also, did they make a Bigfoot suit?
Okay, so this is the thing, is that a lot of people say that this kind of casts doubt on the whole thing.
Yeah. Because
they're saying that this would have given him access to a suit required to fake the incident.
Right.
Similarly, there are those who claimed that it was too perfect for the two men to travel down to the area, like you said earlier, in search of Bigfoot, and actually find him.
Yeah, they say it's too perfect, though. Yeah. What does that mean exactly?
Like it's like you were saying earlier. It's big, bit of a coincidence that they traveled down there to find him, and they found him. But I would say, of course, you're going to find him. Like, if somebody's going to find him, it's going to be while they're looking for him.
Well, I won't argue with that. You can't find him without looking for him.
Yeah.
Like that, unless he calls into Extravision to rent a movie on a Friday night and you just happen to be in there.
Yeah.
So this guy was making a movie. Do you understand? Like, you get how troubling that is, yeah? Like, that's pretty bad.
No, I don't think so.
Like, he has the means to not only have, like, he can literally get the suit and the actor from Bigfoot.
No.
And so he's not the guy with the rifle either, is he?
No,
he's not, right?
No, he's not.
So he's there. And so let's just say, right, for
indulge your
fun.
Thought experiment.
Just indulge me. They go down and he hasn't actually told the guy who's the hunter about Bigfoot. Right, that he hasn't told him, I've actually got a guy in a suit, and he's thinking...
Oh, so you're saying if he's hoaxing this, you're coming from the perspective of him.
If he's hoaxing this, he's not telling the guy who's doing the shooting.
No, he's not. He has not. No.
So he has not. This is interesting.
No, like in your version.
So then he comes down, And he thinks, all right, I'm going to spring Bigfoot in this guy now around the corner, right? I'll have my camera ready. Your man probably already had the camera out as they were going around the tree. They go around the tree. There's Bigfoot, right? And he runs off, and that's part of the plan. And then the guy inside the suit is like, this is working perfectly.
Yeah.
And then he hears a rifle cock behind him.
Yeah.
And that's why he looks behind him 3 times.
Okay.
Because he thinks he's going to die. And then the other guy is like, no, do not kill my friend, Bigfoot. Do not kill Bigfoot. Do you see how that might happen? And then the guy, the hunter guy, obviously never wants to make appearances anymore because, like, Bigfoot probably comes to visit him one night and say, here, man, like,
well,
it was me.
I'm going to counter to that. I get where you're coming from. I'm going to counter to that. If it was a guy in a suit, you can be sure he would have ran quicker when he saw the gun.
But I don't know. We don't know what kind of speeds he can do in the suit.
There's no way he's going top speed
No,
in the footage.
But I don't think he can go top speed in a suit.
No, I think, like, I'm saying he's not going top speed for the suit.
Oh, right. You think you can get a couple of more out of it?
Yeah.
But I think he might be uncertain as to what's happening, because you've been given a job. Your man has probably lied to him too in some ways. He goes, we come around the tree, and he's like, but nobody will have a gun. He's like, nobody will have a gun. And he goes, that guy loves hunting. He won't have a gun. Just get in the suit. And then he runs off, but you're still kind of unsure. Like, this is the thing, right? When you've committed to something and it goes wrong, but you still stay committed to it. It's like out of social, you don't want to be socially impolite. This guy's probably told that guy how to run as Bigfoot or walk as Bigfoot. And so everything in his body, like, wants to sprint, but he can't sprint. But could you imagine how funny it would be if Bigfoot started sprinting?
You're saying, like, arms to the side.
Yeah, like Olympic sprinting into the woods.
Or Naruto running into the woods. So I get where you're coming from, right? But I'm going to counter that now by saying that many special effects experts at the time claimed that if it was a suit, it's beyond what was capable at the time.
This is a common argument and a common kind of get out of jail free card. That it was too good for the time.
It was, no?
But, like, did anyone attempt to make it?
Well, here's the thing, right? Is there are those, such as a man called Philip Morris, who came forward and claimed to be in on the hoax and to have actually been the person who made the costume. Mm-hmm. There's also another guy called, I think, Bob Hieronymus. I think that's his name.
He sounds incredibly fake.
He claims he was in the suit, right? So Philip Morris was tasked replicating the suit in 2004 for a National Geographic documentary. And the results were so disastrous, supposedly, the whole attempt, that it was never televised. So he claimed, like, and
they gave him funds to make the suit and stuff, like,
to remake a suit,
and he couldn't do it.
No.
And how many years after was it?
That was 2004. So what's that?
But maybe they lost the technology. That's happened before.
Not like this. Not like this, Dennis.
Okay, I think as well it would be so sad if that guy was actually in the suit. Right? I'm not saying that he is. I still believe that Bigfoot might be a possibility.
Yeah.
But just since we're in this area at the moment. But how infuriating would be to be that man in the suit who's been lied to. You get chased with a gun, and then no one believes you that you're in the suit. Because how do you prove it? You've no way of proving it.
You can't really, yeah.
Because I assume that the guy took the suit off him afterwards.
Took it back, is it?
Yeah, I mean, if he's properly hoaxing it.
You'd probably have to take it back. And
so the suit, they're saying it would just be too advanced for the time they couldn't do it.
That's a good question. Is if it was a hoax, where's the suit? We'd have it.
What do you mean we'd have it?
We'd have the suit.
Why would we have a suit? You're just saying that a man isn't capable of destroying the suit or just hiding it in his attic.
If you spent that much money on that suit,
you'd be returning it.
Yeah, you'd keep it for another occasion.
It would be an absolutely fantastic museum piece, though. If they did find that suit, that would be amazing.
But listen, they've never found it.
And you know what would happen if they found the suit? They'd just say it was his skin.
It's not that good, right? One thing we do know, Denis, right, is that neither Patterson nor Gimlin ever came out and confirmed it was a hoax. And to this day, the mystery of the Patterson Gimlin footage remains unexplained.
Are the two boys still alive?
I think one of them is. Patterson's dead.
Okay.
Gimlin, I'm just going to...
Patterson is probably the guy that we'd want alive.
You think so, yeah?
I think he's the guy who'd probably give us the answers.
So I'm just looking up Robert Gimlin. I'm pretty sure Robert Gimlin is still alive.
So when I think about Bigfoot, right, I do think it's possible that a guy was in a suit. I definitely do. But at the same time, I do believe that there probably are stuff out there. Like, I'm a firm believer in snow yetis. I think they could... There's going to be people thinking I'm having them on listening to this. I'm not. I believe that there's a distinct possibility that there are snow yetis around the place, but particularly in the snow. But with these Bigfoot guys, I believe that it could be true. And it would be unfortunate if these guys actually hoaxed it, but there were actually Bigfoot living around the place.
Or you're saying it clouded, muddied the water.
Yeah, like as in there again things. I mean, you should see the relief in Roger's face here as he just realises that there's an actual unwinnable argument that can be presented, where these guys can still hoax it and Bigfoot can still exist.
That was always the case, but I don't think they hoaxed it.
He
is alive, I think, as well, by the way.
Bigfoot or
Gimlin.
He's alive.
He's
what
alive.
age is he?
I think he's 90 maybe.
Alright, he might be no use to us now at this stage. But it will be interesting when he dies, because if I was any of his relations, I'd be running into that house up to the attic to see if there's anything up there.
Checking if there's anything up there. So now, Dennis, now that we've come to the end of the narrative, before I suggest some theories to you, I'm going to show you, refresh your mind on the footage. I think you'll be shocked by how brief it is. So I think if they were faking this, it would. Now this is stabilized as well, so you'll notice some weirdness in this, but that's just, that's AI stabilization. So
eluded hunters, baffled scientists, and remained a mystery until the Hendersons bumped into him.
What is it?
It's a major discovery. We have to take it home.
The average American family just got bigger. Harry and the Hendersons.
All right, so it's actually quite a big... It takes in quite a lot of the scene. It's not really how I remembered it at all.
You're used to seeing it kind of more cropped.
Yeah, I think I am used to seeing a cropped version of it. It takes in a huge amount of the forest.
So I think that there's some additional work done to this particular...
Oh, they've added in some forest.
Yeah. So it's very hard to get the original footage, even just on YouTube.
So it'd be easy to kind of fool yourself with video.
What do you mean?
Just mean that like there's some of the video evidence out there might not be reliable.
No, that's pretty much it.
Well, you just showed me unreliable video evidence.
Do you want me to try and find you other
No,
footage?
I think I've got the gist of it. I definitely remember it being a little bit smaller, but then that does make sense. But I would just like to talk about the walk.
Here is more realistic. Or not realistic, that's the wrong word.
This is the footage.
Yeah, so this is from...
There's currently 3 gorillas in a sauna.
Yeah, so that's additional...
It's from Planet of the Apes. That was a scene in Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, so the reason why that is this video that I'm showing you is showing you how more advanced this is compared to the ape costumes of Planet of the Apes that won an Oscar for special effects the year of this, or the year prior maybe. So that's what you're used to seeing.
Okay, right. Okay, so just to fill you in, right, a little less than what I thought it was in the original one. There was like a big expanse of the forest, but it's not like densely wood. It's not like a densely leafy place that he's walking through. It seems to be quite like sparse trees. It's not like that thick. So, but what I would like to talk about is that Bigfoot. Like, I'll put all my money on it, right? Which isn't a lot, but I'll put all my money on it that Bigfoot is not running away. That Bigfoot is actually scary, because that Bigfoot is basically saying, I'm heading off here, but I'm not running. and I will absolutely maul you if you come anywhere near me.
I couldn't give a damn about you guys.
Yeah, he looks like he's fed up with it. He looks like he's fed up with it. She looks like she's fed up with it.
Did you have a look at the prominent breasts?
I didn't have a look at the prominent breasts, to be honest.
Do you want me to pop that back up?
No, it's fine. I don't need to. I'll believe you they're there.
Okay.
But yeah, it doesn't look like that Bigfoot. It looks scary. It looks like it really dominates the place, but it also is walking in a way that it is kind of human-like.
I don't know. I don't think it's very human. I've typed in Bigfoot breasts there.
Oh yeah. Do you know what? That's the first time I've really noticed them.
Yeah.
Really have never really noticed the Bigfoot breast before.
I'll be honest with you as well, right? Until I went to research this, I knew it was a female because I knew the name Patty. I didn't know the breasts played such a big important part. But you have to question the mindset of somebody whose first thought when they see that is, oh, look at the rack on that. It's like, oh, we found Bigfoot. Bigfoot. Oh, big titties, more like.
I'll tell you what you found.
So to compose ourselves, what do you think after the footage? Then you were thinking it's very scary.
I think the footage is good.
Yeah,
but I would say that it's just the reaction that Bigfoot is having to these two guys is very unlike anything I've ever seen in the animal kingdom.
Okay.
So like even some predators would get spooked or they'd attack. Bigfoot looks like he's walking home from the shop after he forgot something and had to go back.
Oh, like a bit fed up, you were saying?
A bit fed up, but he's on his way back. He doesn't want to talk to anyone, and if he meets anyone, he's going to be real pissed about it.
Well, I'll show you now. So that's Robert Hieronymus.
Okay.
That's the man who claims he was in the suit.
Right.
Does he look trustworthy to you?
He looks like John Voight a little bit. But does he look trustworthy? I don't know. You obviously don't think he looks trustworthy.
I don't think
he's got
so.
A mustache. Why don't you trust the mustache?
Listen, I've had bad experiences with.
I don't know. Why couldn't he have been inside the suit? Why would he bring himself forward? What's his connection actually? Does he have any like close connection to the guy who was involved in the filming Bigfoot and faking the thing?
No, don't think so. I think he just claims.
Did you hear what I just said?
Yeah. Does he have any connection to the people who... Oh! Okay.
Roger O'Sullivan.
No.
Roger
Listen, right. You knew I was double-checking something there. You took advantage of me. Right. You caught me on the hop.
Oh, no.
Right. So, disregard Bob Hieronymus, right? He put him aside.
We're disregarding him now. He's gone.
Yeah, disregard him. He's a fucking crook, right? He's a liar and a crook.
We don't know that for certain.
Yeah,
allegedly.
Right. So, taking it all at face value, will we run through the old theories there?
Okay, let's go.
Okay.
Bring this home now, right? I know you care about Bigfoot. I want to be convinced that Bigfoot exists.
Well, I'm convinced.
I know what I want to be convinced.
Oh, you?
Yeah.
Okay, it's all about you, is it?
Yeah.
Okay, so the first theory around Bigfoot, what Bigfoot is that it's a legacy population. So it's like an older creature, an older, ape-like creature that still exists in very small pocket populations around America and in very small areas.
Okay.
Located into up the west
and
coast.
does that mean then that they're dying off?
Yeah, one of the theories is that they're dead now,
right?
And that we missed out on the opportunity to find them.
Have we found any, bones or any unexplained corpses of massive, Bigfoots?
So supposedly we've found some hairs that genetically we don't know what they are.
Really, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Has there been any cases in the world where they have found pockets of animals that they didn't know existed at one point?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say so, yeah.
You say so? Wow,
yeah.
That's crazy.
Dodo. The dodo.
Dodo. Why are you pointing at me? I'm not a
dodo.
flightless bird that got wiped out.
Yeah, so the dodo.
The dodo, but that was on an island. That was a little bit different.
Yeah, but...
Opening up the possibility that there is an island of Bigfoots somewhere.
Okay, yeah, I'm up for that, yeah.
All right, no, I don't mind the legacy thing. I think that's quite cool. So there are we saying then, where does this Bigfoot, where does she fit in? Was she the last, do you think?
Probably on the tail end.
Tail end. So there wasn't too many after her.
No,
do Bigfoots exist outside of America?
That's a big question. I would say so there are creatures like Bigfoot. But Bigfoot exactly is kind of
as
an
that
American
species, that North American Bigfoot is just there.
Yeah.
And what is this case then though with the Bigfoots dying out? Like, why are they dying out? They seem like pretty capable creatures. They're
dying out because we're encroaching in their land.
But we've never really encroached on them to a point where we could even find one.
Yeah, but they're, we've pushed them too far.
Like, as in when we killed all the dodos, like we said, like, well, the cats are eating the dodos. We can see what's happening here.
Yeah.
But with Bigfoot, I guess, we've never really found, I suppose, what's that word? Any evidence, that we've actually done this.
Here's something for you. We only scientifically documented the gorilla in the late 1800s, early 1900s.
Okay. But was that at a point when we were exploring and discovering things?
No, we had been hearing tales of the gorilla for years, hundreds of years.
But did we?
And we didn't believe them.
But did we find them in places where we just hadn't explored? And were they already known to the locals? They were known to the locals, but we didn't believe the locals. Okay. But then we went off and we found them.
Yeah.
Do you see the difference?
Yeah, but my point is, if you're thinking it took us thousands of years to document gorillas, and gorillas are all over the place. They're slim pickings. They're easy.
But okay, right. But then for your comparison to work, we're just saying, like, basically from, if this is correct, let's say like an American or Western point of view, like we discovered them.
Yeah.
Right. But then like the indigenous people, they already knew that they were around.
Yes.
And they were telling us about it. We just didn't believe them.
Yeah.
So then is there a comparable, like civilizations in America, they're saying, no, Bigfoots have been there. They've been there for thousands of years. We've actually interacted with them. We found them. Does that exist?
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah, there's loads of Native American folklore related to these
Bigfoot.
Bigfoot creatures. Yeah.
Not anything else.
No. Big.
And around in the same areas and everything.
Yeah.
And what do they tell us about them?
They're like I think forest spirits.
Yeah. So, but like, are they? Do they say he's a big hairy guy? He's like 6'7", or like one of them has boobs.
They say big titties.
Big titties.
Big titties for forest spirits.
Okay. All right. Fair enough then.
Yeah. Don't quote me on that. Right?
I won't. Someone will. I won't.
Yeah. But they exist in the folklore of the.
All right. I like that gorilla thing then.
Yeah. So right. So we have that legacy population. They exist. All that. Next one is that Bigfoots are like that, supernatural beings. Mm-hmm. They're beyond that. They're forest spirits. They're like, I'm trying to think of the best way to put it. They're
forest ghosts.
Well, yeah. There's supernatural. They're magical beings, and that's why we can't find them.
Do you believe that they're magical beings?
Well, I lean closer to the theory that they might be extra-dimensional, which is another...
That's almost a needless theory.
Well, that overlaps.
That's almost needless.
What?
Like, as in, are you telling me now, as you do with most of these episodes, that if Bigfoot existed, that's probably not even going to do it for you? You're doing harder and harder drugs and conspiracy theories. You know that, yeah?
Harder and harder, unexplained.
Yeah,
mystery.
like, as in, Bigfoot for majority of people would be amazing. But you're saying, yeah, I want Bigfoot. But I also want him to be traveling through different dimensions.
Extra-dimensional being, yeah.
That thing you showed me has never traveled through a dimension in is life.
You don't think so?
It didn't even want to go to the shop. You should see the walk in it, like.
But why do you think it's so confident? Because sure, this dimension's old hat to it.
I don't know. I don't know why it's so confident.
This dimension is fucking... this is easy mode compared to the dimension it's from.
But why did he look so annoyed then? He should be happy that he's in here.
Yeah, because he's here trying to enjoy our dimension.
And the locals he's heading back to the other dimension. Yeah. That's why he's pissed off.
Yeah, the locals are pissing us off.
Is that one of your theories coming up that he's an interdimensional being?
See, that was one of them, yeah.
Wow. And so why do you...
Have you never heard that theory before?
No, actually, funnily enough, I've never heard that about Bigfoot coming in from different dimensions.
So Bigfoot, right, is obviously a huge thing for the unexplained community in America. They have big conventions and stuff. I was watching an interview with a guy who went to one of these conventions to make a documentary about the community before.
What do they call themselves? Biggies?
That's a good question. I don't know exactly what they I think obviously the term Sasquatch we haven't brought up yet. But I think a lot of people Sasquatchers.
Is Sasquatch the same as a Bigfoot?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sasquatcher's great, whoever thought of that.
Yeah. So there is a proper split in this community between people who, and imagine getting all these guys together to have panels to hash out the evidence that's been caught during the year, is some people believe it's just a creature, like that, a legacy population. Some part of the community believe that it's a supernatural being, like that, like a cryptid. That's the word I was looking for earlier. God, how the fuck did I forget that? Like a cryptid, like being like Mothman. And then there's also people that believe it's either a UFO, like an alien hybrid type thing, or an extra-dimensional being. And all those lads have to go to the same conference center and have to hang around with each other in Vegas every year.
Wearing very different t-shirts.
Yeah, yeah.
So Bigfoot then, as I always want to ask, right, but I know you've not even considered it. Why is he coming here? You don't have an answer.
You know,
why do you just accept this stuff?
I fully thought, fuck Denis. I've definitely thought of this question. Whatever he's going to throw at me. But
this
listen,
is page one of the questions.
But you've proven me wrong.
You fully accept that he's coming here. You haven't even thought about why.
I don't. That's not of interest to me.
Can you give it a couple of seconds now as to why you think he's coming here?
Okay, why do I think he's coming here? He likes it.
So you've gone back to your tried and tested theory of they're going on holiday.
Yeah, he likes the area.
If he likes the area, there's no chance of him not going back saying he really likes the area. We would have more Bigfoot sightings. They would all be coming here.
You think so?
Yeah.
Well, what if he used to like the area? He doesn't like it anymore. It's too populated.
What does he eat? Like, where does he go? You know, like, it's not like he can go down to, you know, like the pizza place, like by the river and get a deal because he's on holidays.
I think he probably eats kids.
Yeah, he eats kids.
Yeah.
Do you think that would be reported?
I think it is. I think it ties into another thing we'll do another day.
Well, I think what we should do then in that case, if you're certain he eats kids, is get a listener's child, put him in a forest in California, and put up one of those wildlife cams. Well, and what'll be really funny is if like I don't know, like a cougar or a mountain lion or something comes along and mauls the kid and steals it.
Well, that's the problem. Is every time they try to do that experiment, fucking mountain lion gets the kid.
How do you keep them away? Like?
Yeah. You'd have to do something like cover the child in mountain lion piss or something. Just, you know, and by that stage, you probably
I don't know why that would be so hard. You just have to milk a mountain lion and then cover a child in piss.
And by that stage, the parents are going ape shit, right?
We're going to wonder why this episode doesn't go up
for the second time. So the final theory then, before we round it up, is that it's a guy in a suit.
It's a guy in a suit. All right, well, you're going to be shocked, right? I'm 50-50 between guy in a suit. I think that's completely believable. But I also like the legacy theory of a pocket of these things existing.
Yeah.
Whether or not there's enough land out there still for us to have them exist and us not just kind of come across it every day, I don't know. I'm geographically challenged, so I don't know the answer to that. But do you think that there's enough land for Bigfoot or a family of them to live in America?
Can I be totally honest with you?
You can. You have that choice. I don't know whether or not you're going to take it.
In the 60s, or even maybe the 70s, I think there was enough land. But now, with logging, with overlogging, and with urban sprawl, I think they've had to retreat into another dimension.
So they're gone. So no longer can they go there.
Yeah.
So it's like your favorite, like, childhood memories of some place you visited, and then you get there and it's closed down. So dimension closed.
You can never go home again. That type of thing. It's very sad, really.
That's not great.
Yeah. People will say, where do the Bigfoots go? We drove them away.
And put up a parking lot. All right, I think that's the end of our episode on Big Old Foot.
Yeah.
I'm Denis Len. If you want to find me on Instagram, it's DenisLen3D. That man over there, where do you find you?
At Roger Comedy. I realised as well in the last episode I said the wrong handle. But
Really? Well,
matter.
I doubt they're even listening to us. But anyway, here comes our Patreon shout out to all our patrons. Thanks for supporting. Anyone who wants to support us, please do. It really helps the podcast. It spurs us on the sweet smell of money to make more content.
We're probably at the stage now where we can draw some of that down.
Yeah, there was actually a technical difficulty with that. Most of it actually went into an account that I have overseas, and it's very hard to access it now.
Again?
But next time we'll get it, definitely.
Bye.